Hey guys, welcome back to Spooky Tuesday, a weekly podcast where we're breaking down all of our favorite slashers, thrillers, monster movies, and black comedies on the new scariest day of the week. I'm Sydney Thompson.
I'm Monica Height.
And I'm Chelsea Duff, and welcome back to Jennifer Tilly TwosWeeks.
Woo
Woo, 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 woo,
woo!
woo, beep, boo. Very excited, very glad to have you. This movie, long overdue. Should have done it on June. Now that you've seen it, aren't you like, how was this not part of our Pride lineup? Even though we said at the time, how did it not make our Pride lineup?
I want to kill myself about it, so don't talk to me.
It was a mistake on our part.
It was a mistake on our part, but also I do feel like it has good November vibes. So I think it's great that we brought Pride through the rest of the year. And I'm so excited for that because this week we are doing 1996's Bound with Jennifer Tilly and Gina Gershon, written and directed by the Wachowski sisters. Pride Slay.
Pride Slay.
Huge Pride Slay. That should have gotten this on the Pride lineup from the get. But I have a count. Oh, wait. You go, Sydney.
Oh, I was just going to say, this is their debut film.
Yeah.
Iconic.
What an iconic way to kick it off.
What a debut. And also, I think that the timing is spot on, because we're always on time here at Spooky Tuesday.
Timing is always right.
Cosmic timing. Because Halloween is over. If you subscribe to that, if you subscribe to the calendar, you'll know that
Halloween's never over.
The only thing that could soothe my mortal soul after the loss of official Halloween spooky season is Bound. Is the beautiful, gay, feminine wiles of Jennifer Tilly in this movie. The voice of all voices, I think. Like, maybe she has the hottest, best voice of all time, probably. It should be studied. They should do probably some sort of poll or something. She'd be on the list. She'd be in the top 5. And holy shit, like, I'd never seen this before. I'd never seen this before until 2 hours ago. So I'm kind of like fresh off of my first watch sitting here today. I finished it. I was singing along to the end credits song, and then I immediately turned myself into Corky, Gina Gershon's character, just immediately after. So I'm really living it right now. And I got to say, it feels really good. It feels really good.
What a great lesbian character name, Corky.
Yeah, they nailed it with that one.
Yeah.
They nailed it with everything.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, actually, sign me up.
It does sound a little bit like a little rascal, but I think that adds to the vibe.
She is a little rascal.
Yeah.
That's her vibe, is little rascal. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a little mischievous thing going on. She's totally a little rascal. Oh my God. Yeah, no, it's so funny because in the year of our Lord 2025, you walk down Sunset Boulevard and Silverlake, you're going to see like 25 Gina Gershons. You're going to see like 25 Corkies.
That's the blueprint.
That is the blueprint.
I all want to be Corky.
I know like 6 chicks who have taken probably that picture to the barber. I
tried to look up a reference photo because I'm also Gina Gershon's character, Corky. And when I was trying to pull up pictures, the suggested search was like Gina Gershon bound hair. And I was like, yeah. And I know that there were 50 million Google searches for that across the greater LA area.
Yeah. No, King Princess is trying to look like this every single day. Like 100%. So it's spectacular. It's really spectacular. It's really moving.
Fight Master, I think, has the same hair a lot of the time as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you're familiar with ER Fight Master, which is such an incredible name.
Oh my God. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were in Sorry Baby. They were Dr. Kai Bartley on Grey's Anatomy. Maybe that'll be recognizable for people, but I'm not on that beat these days. They're in Shrill, incredible show.
I just watched I just watched their interview. Oh, what's this person's name? Catherine McCaff.
That sounds familiar.
She is
Oh,
a
is that
comedian and actor
the
and
little dating show?
yeah, host of
Mhm.
Pretty Gay
Yeah.
is the show. And there was like, yeah, I don't know, it was like basically all these hot gay people like trying their
Pretending to
biggest
date.
things on
Yeah.
with this girl. Anyway, I was very impressed by the work of ER Fight Master, that is an insane name. That's an
Yeah.
insane name.
That
Yeah.
is a wild name.
Mhm.
Really special stuff. But they said, let me take that energy that Corky has, because Corky's a pretty crazy name too. And let's go crazier.
Yeah.
But just
Oh my
like
god.
Fight Master, what an
An incredible
incredible
name.
last name.
Like, if that's their real last name that they were born with, that's incredible. But I almost think it's cuntier if they chose it because it's so outlandish.
I
I'm
think
gonna
it is
make
their
the
real last name.
wow, that's really special.
What a lucky thing to be.
How lucky.
I know that's the thing that's crazy about this movie a little bit is Gina Gershon had such an obvious everything filtered out from her in terms of
Yeah.
lesbianism across
Yes.
the country, and you'd
Mhm.
think there would be more Jennifer Tillys, but I do think that is a less achievable look, and
No,
so
yeah.
many people must have
That's
just looked at her in this role and how hot sexy she is and just been like, I could never, and I can't try.
well,
Yeah.
she's got this like classic pinup girl thing going on. It's like pinup girl meets 90s. And it's oh my god, it's so beautiful. But like, how do I get that hair? I have to get
Yeah.
a perm. I'm not gonna get a perm, okay? I've thought about it a lot of times actually, but I'm not gonna do it.
I've
Um,
also thought about getting a perm, but like a loose perm.
I
Mhm.
know someone who got a loose perm and it looks gorgeous.
I know.
But lots
But
of hair textures you can do the kind of mullety hair, but that short curl look much tougher to pull off.
yeah, she's got like this like 50s kind of thing because she wears the pedal pushers at some point and the little short sweaters. She's giving like Marilyn Monroe kind of vibes too, but she's got the very classic 90s makeup aesthetic with the small eyebrows, similar to her Tiffany look, and then those iconic lip colors that she has. Oh, the classic 90s dark red lip that I am trying to get. I literally during this movie once again was googling lipstick shades and I got to go back to the drugstore and go back to Revlon cuz they use
90s
MAC for this one and
lipstick.
I'm not going to spend MAC money. I'm going to spend $6.50 at CVS. That's what I'm going to do. But I think Black Cherry might be a good dupe for one of her colors in case you want to know by Revlon. That's what I come.
I
That's what
love that lipstick.
or Vampire something from Revlon. That could be one that's nice as well if you want to know. Anyway, that's all. That's as far as I've gotten so far. Um, but yeah, she's got that like fucking insane figure,
Yeah.
and yeah, I just put on a tank top and I don't look half as hot as Gina Gershon. But also, Gina is not in this nearly enough. She's got her role in the action means she's not on the screen quite as much. And it just had me longing for her.
Well, it's really interesting, I think, because like uh she's playing the masculine man type of this, but
Mhm.
low key, damsel in distress
A little bit.
that Jennifer Tilly like has to, because like, she's
She's the
tied
one
up.
getting seduced.
Yeah, she's being
Yeah.
seduced. Like, she's tied up most of the time. Like, she eventually, helps herself, but it's kind of like a very fun, like, play.
Well, I think that's like the whole thing with this movie is that it like is a classic genre film, mafia, like heist-esque kind of movie. And then the Wachowski sisters are like flipping it on its head with having it be lesbians, crazy. But then I think that like the double twist, it's not actually a twist, or like the double layer of that is like they're flipping other preconceived like gender roles and notions here too, because even though it is two women, obviously Corky's super mask and Jennifer Tilly's character's name is not Jennifer Tilly, it's Violet. Sorry. Violet is like the quintessential feminine woman. Everyone falls in love with her. But like that's why they can get away with what they're getting away with, because she is more than everyone's expectations. And, she's the mastermind here. I was thinking of that Taylor Swift song, unfortunately. Cause like she sees Corky in the elevator and she's like, that's mine, and I will do whatever it takes, and I will
ready
drop
to change
my
my
earring
life.
in the pipe.
She said, check please, I'm ready to leave.
Cash in, I found what I want, I'm there, I'm getting it. And she fucking got it, girl. Oh my god, very impressive work.
That's the thing. This movie is very much about how Violet has kind of been put in this role in her life where she's not expected to do anything other than to cater to everybody else's needs around her. And she's also been kind of put in a position where she doesn't have a way out of that, even if she wants a way out of that. And she, in the movie, I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit here, but she compares herself to Shelley, being like, he wanted to get out. He kept saying like, oh, he's going to leave, but he kept not doing it. And I was like, why isn't he pulling trig on this? And then she recognizes it in herself. It's like she's waiting to see the thing that like gives her the actual motivation to move. Like she's not happy with where she is, but it's not until she sees Corky that she's like, there's something better out there that I can be running to instead of just running away.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You need the like motivation to do it, because it's really hard to get yourself out of your own circumstances.
It's so easy to sit
what
and
you
wallow.
know. Yeah, it's so easy to stay in the situation that you're already in, because like you don't have to do anything to stay there. You just continue to be. But yeah, I love too how Violet kind of like steps to Corky when Corky's like shaming Violet for having sex with all these different men and stuff like that. And Violet's like, no, we're actually very similar. Like, this is work for me. And I have a different part of myself that I don't let out for these other people. And you can really see that in the way that Jennifer Tilly performs this role. She is putting on a little show for all of these men, where she's like exactly the damsel in distress, exactly what they expect her to be, like sweet, demure, be like, "Oh, Mickey, thank you so much for helping me out," like
Mickey,
all
he
that
made
stuff.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she has all these men in the fucking palm of her hands. But then let's look at the real Violet. The real Violet dropped the earring in the pipe to get her girl over there. She takes her fucking titty out and is like, "Oh,
You
look at my booby
touch
tattoo.
You want to
and
feel
then
my
It
she's
hurts
tattoo?
You want to put
so
your hand under
bad."
my skirt? Feel how much I mean it when I say I'm into you?
Yeah,
Let me
and
just
then
show up at your house with coffees. And by the way, I brought one of each kind just in case you wanted one or the other.
And then her getting in the car later also shows her like dominance. She gets into Corky's car and she's like, "I just wanted to say I'm sorry." Corky's like, "No one should say sorry for wanting to have sex," or whatever Corky says. It's not exactly that. And Violet's like, "No, I'm not sorry for that. I'm sorry for what I didn't get to do." And then just fucking like, Violet is the one pleasuring Corky in the whole sex scene too. So like, she's very much a dominant character, but she's putting on a role when she's with all of these guys, and she can actually be herself when she's with Corky. So I really like how she played that. It was really at a depth.
I read somewhere that they like wet is like a key theme kind of throughout the film.
Wet?
And it talks, yeah, like things being
the watering
wet.
hole. Did you not catch that
Just
title
like,
of the lesbian bar?
That
hole
I
is
didn't.
watering.
But like, her being wet, like, Corky like digging in
snaking the drain,
and that being wet, the thing with all the blood being like wet, and it talks about how like wet was like femininity and like hard was masculine. And
sorry.
I don't know why, but I just really enjoyed the like visual of wetness being feminine.
I also enjoy a wet visual.
Yeah, I like a wet visual. Every night before bed, I enjoy a wet visual.
Good for you, girl. Helps you go to sleep.
Thanks.
There was a point earlier today where I was rewatching the sex scene for science. For the podcast, of course. And so I could just really understand the power dynamics that I was just discussing. But I also had my photo booth on my computer, and I was looking up at the screen up here, and I like caught myself like what I looked like looking at that scene.
Panting like a little tongue out.
I was like, oh my God.
Monica was like,
I've been called out.
Awooga.
I was literally like, awooga. I literally was like yelling out loud when I watched it downstairs. Poor Daphne was sleeping next to me. She's like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, sorry, it's the hottest movie I've ever seen, Daphne. I don't know what to tell you. That's my cat, by the way, in case you didn't know who Daphne is. But yeah, I mean, God, it's also such a Wachowski sisters movie too, because like it's been a long time since I've seen The Matrix, but if I remember correctly, they also do like really fucking fun, weird camera work shit in that too. And there is so much ridiculous, silly, fun camera work in this, like the shot of the gun and Jennifer Tilly's like in the gun or whatever, and like the wall where they go over the wall, and then this was the one I loved. One of the phone calls, the camera follows the phone line into the wall and then through the wall and then out to the other phone line and does a little whoop-de-whoop because there's a little tie in it. I love it. There's so much. It's so interesting how they do take these risky, cool shots. And then I also really liked just the way that they did the story, that it was like the way the plot progresses, where it's like they're planning but you're seeing it happen like as they're planning it. So it kind of felt like, I feel like they do the same thing in Ocean's 11, which came after this.
Wow, it's like they copied Bound.
Wow.
It is like they copied Bound. Well, I mean, we were talking already about how Bound is the blueprint of every hot dyke's hair in the city of Los Angeles and across the world.
You Google hot dyke hair, I think Gina Gershon and Bound pops up.
Exactly. But did you know that the reason Bella Swan had that truck is because Corky had it in Bound?
Slay!
Isn't that crazy? That's not true, but it's the exact same truck.
I was like, wait, did Stephanie Meyer see Bound?
I was like, I think Stephanie Meyer saw Bound and was like, we need to have her have that truck. Or at the very least,
she got scared.
Catherine Hardwicke saw Bound. Catherine Hardwicke for sure saw Bound. And she was like, okay, let's keep them guessing. We're going to give Bella the fucking dyke truck. And it's going to be incredible. Also, I decided that this month it's actually D-slur November instead of F-slur November.
Guess what? This month is for the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting more specific with our slurs this time around.
Well, also too, for Twilight, Bella didn't she have a part-time job at like a hardware store in the books?
Oh, it was like the outdoor camping store at Mike Newton's parents.
Mike Newton's parents. Yeah.
And I was like, that's very handsy, very hands-on.
All the yearning, that's lesbian coded.
Yeah. I have to say that Gina Gershon made plumbing hot. How could you make like poopy caca coming out of a tub drain into a hot thing? Like, that's diabolical work. I was like, that's disgusting. I don't want to see that. Then I was like, actually, I need to see it again, and I'm gonna rewind and keep going and going. Like Jennifer Tilly, Violet comes over, she's literally covered in shit. Like, and Jennifer Tilly is like, it's on. By the way, it could be on right now if the vibes are right. But she's just setting the stage actually in that scene. It's not on until later. But
I do think I choose to think it's mineral buildup and rusted water and such blah blah
oh,
blah
it's
blah
not
blah.
literally shit. But have you ever smelled what a drain smells like
The
when it gets
horrible things that
clogged
come
with
out of a
hair?
drain. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worse than shit. It's a worse smell than shit. It is really bad. As someone who has to snake the drain all the time because my hair is what clogs it, it's a bad time. By the way, it doesn't look as hot when I do it. So
Well, are you
me with
doing it in a tank top with a mullet? Because I think we can make adjustments.
I'm doing
Let's
it in a
workshop this
more
going
provocative
forward. Yeah.
outfit. Honestly, I am doing it in a sexier outfit even than that, but it's not a hot look. It's me with a wire hanger being like, "Oh
Mm.
god, oh
We need to get you a
god."
professional snake, and I think that could up your game.
I should go to trade school. Could change my whole life.
There you
That's
go.
one thing that's funny about that scene to me though, is it's like a very porny setup of like, oh, do you need somebody to come snake your drain?
Snake your
You need somebody to
drain.
plumb your
Mhm.
pipes. And it's like the fact
Actually,
that
Like,
she's
yes.
yeah, actually, I
snaking.
do.
Yeah, they eye each other so boldly, so intensely in the elevator. 1 second later, it's like, I'm snaking the drain while hearing you fucking. I'm snaking the drain while you're coming over 1 second after you finished fucking to bring me a little coffee. Like, it's very, been thinking about you the whole time, girl.
I'm compelled.
And then they stand like this. They stand so close, that whole interaction, right next to each other the whole time. It's really important, actually.
There's nothing wrong with a little close talking. What's a little
Mhm.
close talking between friends?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't do the IMDb logline earlier, so I'm just gonna, in case anybody's like, wait, what's the plot of this movie? They're lesbians? Yes, they are lesbians. But the plot also, the IMDb logline reads, tough ex-con Corky and her lover Violet concoct a scheme to steal millions of stashed mob money and pin the blame on Violet's crooked boyfriend, Caesar, which is kind of giving a good chunk away, but also I think in a way that still works. But one thing that I thought was interesting, I didn't realize this was the Wachowski sisters. Wachowski or Wachowski? Does anybody know for sure?
I
Or
thought
are
it
we
was
just vibing out?
Wachowski.
Yeah. I would say Wachowski, but
Oh, I always just, you know me, I love to just read things as they're written and then move on with my life.
we're very good at that over
Wachowski,
here at Spooky Tuesday.
I love to learn. If it's Wachowski, I will say it
I'm
correctly.
looking it up, girl.
Okay.
So you just keep going, and then
I'll
I'll
just
come
keep
in with the
pushing.
tea in a second.
Yeah, I didn't know it was their debut film. That's so interesting to me because one thing that I did see, maybe on IMDb trivia, I don't remember, was that when they were bringing this to studios to try and get this movie made, they were like, okay, well, if you make Corky a man, like, yeah, for sure we can make this movie. This sounds super interesting. We're down for this. And they kept being like, why would we make Corky a man? Like, you've had a bazillion heist movies with a man and a woman, just like that. The fact that this is about two women is what's different about it and what's new and worthwhile for a story to tell now. Like, that's what we were wanting to do. And so for them to like pull that leverage in their first film, I think is very slay, because it would be so easy to be like, we just want to get our movie made. But they were like, no, we're staying on the business. And who's surprised
feel
from them? But I love.
I feel like that's like the point
Yeah.
of the whole movie is to do
It'd be a
that.
completely different movie without that.
It wouldn't be what they're trying to do at all if they'd let that go. And guess what? Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. It's not Sydney. It's not me. It's Chelsea. It is Wachowski.
Oh my god, sometimes I know things. That's
Wow.
crazy.
It's a ch sound. It's a ch sound. And I saw Lily herself saying it, so that's how you know.
I
'Cause
always try to
Right.
find them saying
Right,
their
them
own
say
name.
their last name.
Yeah.
Let me go
a
straight to the
robot was
expert.
telling me Wachowski, and I was like, "That's not
No.
right," but it was right. It was right. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, they're always that's the thing about the Wachowskis. They're always standing on business. They're two hot, sexy trans legends, And so queerness is
that for them.
centered in all of their work, even The Matrix. If you watch it and you think about that for 1 second, then you're like, oh. If you don't know about that and you watch it, you might not know. You might not get it because there's a lot of other stuff going on too. But that also is a beautiful allegory.
What if taking the red pill and being confronted with the uncomfortable reality is actually about having to confront your own transgender identity and come to terms with it? That's what the right doesn't want you to hear.
But that is actually exactly what it's about. That is precisely what it is about, in case you wanted to know. I really need to do a rewatch. And I also need to watch the new one. Because the new one is even more overtly gay, apparently. But I have not seen it. I haven't seen
any of them.
What? Oh my god, well, we should watch them together. That would be so fun. I was Trinity for Halloween one time. And newsflash, my cousin's name is Trinity. Why? Because of the Matrix. I have a cousin who's young enough to be named after the Matrix, which isn't that crazy because the Matrix has been out for a long time now. So we're just going to move along because I just realized that she's actually a zillennial. So that's crazy to me. But anyway, I think that I just didn't know what this movie was about going into it at all. I had no idea, like not even one idea at all. So I didn't expect anything. I just expected gay things to happen to me. But the story itself is like really compelling outside of the romance aspects of it too. I really think that the whole thing being like not a test, but like they have this plan. Violet and Corky have this plan to get this $2 million to get Violet out of the mob unscathed. That's not a word actually. Unscathed and unfazed. Maybe that's what I was combining. But get out without any suspicion being thrown her way, because if there's any suspicion on her, she will be hunted down and killed. Like, it's the fucking mafia. Like, it's the mob.
And it's a lot
they will find
it's no
you.
small amount of money. I'm pretty sure you can't wrong them regardless, but it is, final count, $2.176 million or something like that.
Yeah. That's a lot of money. And this was 96. Let us remind you of that.
God, I'm gonna look up how much that
when
is
like
now.
money was like real.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fucking moolah. You don't want to fucking mess with Gino. Is that his name? Capiche? I can't believe he said capiche that much. It was crazy. But like the whole like crux of this whole movie is like, is the romance what?
4.5 million today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more money today.
4.493 if you like to be specific, like Caesar does.
Look at my cat being so creepy.
She's like a ceramic figure back there.
I know, she looks so scary right now. Anyway, sorry. But I love that, like, there's so much going on. There's all of these fun parts. The fucking Law and Order guys in there, we'll get to it. But like, what the real story is like, is this romance between these two characters real enough to warrant the amount of trust they are putting in each other? Like, can they trust each other to risk their lives, even though they've just met, to like change their lives and have this opportunity to live completely different lives and be together and be in love and run away from it all? Like, it's so interesting because like, you've got Violet taking this huge chance. She's the one who's putting her life on the line the most because she's out there in the middle, like with all the mob boys around her.
She's in the sauce.
She's in the fucking sauce, exactly. But then Corky has these trust issues because she just got out of the fucking clink from being in there for 5 years from her partner breaking her trust and screwing her over and getting her caught and getting her put in jail for those 5 years. So it's like, I don't know. When I was watching it, like, I wasn't sure I wasn't sure, like, because, you know, the romance aspect of this goes by so quickly. They don't know each other that well. They've
They
just
fuck
met.
nasty. Well, they fuck very sweet, actually.
They fuck nasty
Um,
and sweet, and it's
they fuck nasty
and
sweet 20 minutes into the film. Love that. Love that it
As
happened
it
yes,
so
should.
soon. First priority, let's fuck sweet nasty. Second priority, what are our actual feelings? What's going on with us, by the way?
What are we doing?
What are we?
what are we? But yeah, I think that that is is what makes this such an incredible movie, because it's just like you're on your toes, they're on their toes. No one knows like if they can trust each other, and it's this like leap of faith that they're taking. And yeah, it's beautiful. It ends up nice.
Yeah. And you can kind of imagine that Corky was sort of the, let's say, Ruby Rose of her day, where there was probably like 1 million straight women looking at her and being like, oh my God,
Oh
she
my
returned me, and
God.
like
Mhm.
hooking up with her and then being like, okay, that was my gay experience and now I'm back to being a straight woman. Goodbye. And that's
Yeah.
kind of like the fight that they have at that one point is like, yeah, I'm sure there's this little dyke inside you that's just like me, but then you're gonna go
Yeah.
back to the men in your life, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
be over here still a fucking dyke, still having to move through the world as a visible dyke, and like facing the prejudice that comes with that, and you're gonna go back to your comfortable life and never think about me again. My feelings are fucking hurt. And it's like
Yeah.
this very interesting sort of like bi lesbian conversation potentially, that
Mhm.
you can see that being friction that does exist sometimes in the queer community. And so
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where it's like sometimes you need to have a fight to push a relationship forward. And it's like kind of an unfortunate fight to have for these characters in this moment, but it is also like it was important for them to say those things out loud for each of them so that they could move forward from there.
Mhm. No, totally. Ugh,
And
it
also
was
I
so
just
good.
love Violet's like conception of her whole thing. It's like, yeah, you hear me fucking these guys, but that's not sex to me. I'm not having sex with these men. To me this is my survival and my job. This is what I do for work basically. And if you can't wrap your head around that, that's your problem. That's actually not my problem at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. And it's so true. I mean, like she got put. I mean, we don't ever get the full background story, but we just get the spark notes that like Caesar, the mafia, took over the club she was dancing in, and then, you know, he picked her out of the lineup. And like, how do you say like have the opportunity to say no to men in power like that in the position that she was in? Like, yes, there are definitely some benefits to her, and Caesar tries to shove all that shit back in her face when things get hairy towards the end. But like, you know, she's been just trying to survive this whole time, and now she found something, like we said before, that she really wants.
Yeah.
And it's
$2 million.
Corky and $2.7 million.
I want to be rich with my lesbian girlfriend. And who doesn't
That's the
want
dream,
that? That's
actually.
what
Isn't
we
that
all
what we
want.
all want at the end of the
That's the
day?
new American dream now. We did just have that jewel heist, you know? Like,
What
I
if it was
feel.
lesbians? We don't know that it
What if it
wasn't.
was lesbians? What if they're like, oh,
Have you ever seen anybody more committed to a task than a lesbian in love? I don't think so. She'll do anything for her girl.
She's like, girl, I'll even steal the fucking French crown jewels for you.
Would I
Oh,
love
you
you if you were a
shouldn't
worm?
have.
I'll break into the Louvre for you.
right? At
Amazing.
9:30 in the morning.
So
I wouldn't want
iconic.
to wake you.
Gotta get it done so we can go to brunch.
I gotta serve you breakfast and then we lunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. But yeah, I think that they really keep the pace so exciting because of the way that they have the plan being explained as it's being enacted, because you really feel like you're on the edge of your seat like the whole time for this movie.
This movie is very stressful.
It's so stressful.
It's
And my
more fun
ears
to watch
plugged a
once you've
lot.
seen it already, if that makes you feel better.
I can
Oh,
see
I
that.
still had a great time. I like to be stressed out.
Yeah.
I had a
But
wonderful
even
time.
still, it's electric when you already know that things are going to be okay. But you might have already had a sense that things were going to be okay because it's a heist
No,
movie
they
and we love
love to
have
kill
fun.
your gays.
That's true,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
not always the gays.
I know. Well,
Sometimes you get to
this
make an
is
in-community movie and it works out.
luckily the gays made this, so thank God. Thank God we're safe. um, but yeah, I really love the whole like mafia crew in this too. Like, Caesar, the guy who plays him, is really incredible in this
And he
movie.
actually looks very sexy in that tank top.
Yeah,
He
Joe
does. Pantoliano.
Yes.
Joe Pantoliano. Yeah, sometimes he looks fucking horrible. Like when he's in the suit and his hair gets all messed up and he's super stressed out. But like he does look sexy fire in the tank top with his Glock in the back of his pants. Very
Yeah.
good look for him.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see him and you're like, how could Violet be doing this whole time? And then sometimes you see it and you're like, I get it. I get how this is manageable.
You're
There's
like, oh,
also
I see it now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And also there is a point. Oh my gosh, there's a ghost in my house that's opening my drawers. No, it's just my drawer is ill-weighted and it opens by itself and it scared me. Anyway, sorry. Also I think that Joe Pantoliano, it's a very fun name to say. I think he kind of looks like Jack Nicholson at times. And there's like 47,000 million times in this film where he says, Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. And I was just thinking of The Shining. So that felt like an Easter egg to me, though it was not. It felt like one. It was a spiritual Easter egg. But let's talk about Johnny. Johnny Marzoni, aka
Obsessed.
Christopher Maloney. I know that he's hot even right now, but holy fuck, 90s Christopher Maloney. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Diamond
Ooh,
earring,
the
Christopher
earrings?
Maloney.
The earrings are
And
Red suit.
great.
have you seen his like gay photo shoot
Yes.
that he did? Oh,
Yes.
oh my
Yes.
God. I love
He
him.
was giving Corky in that photo shoot, actually.
Truly. He was inspired by it.
He
I don't
was
know if
very
it was shot
inspired
before
by
or
it.
after Bound, but
No, I thought that was recent. Maybe I'm thinking
oh.
about something different. There's like a recent photo shoot of him where he was like looking super sexy. Maybe we're talking about two different things.
Maybe he's done so many sexy photo shoots.
Of hair. Oh my God, he's just a very handsome man. He's just a very
He's
handsome
perfect.
man.
No notes.
I was like, I don't want to see anyone doing excessive violence except for him. Actually, he can do excessive violence.
He's also
can
giving Little Rascal.
He can
A little
smash
bit.
that dude. So no, he's giving psychopath. Are you kidding?
Yeah, but his
Oh my God.
attitude is like little mischief maker.
Well,
And
this
that's because he can
picture-
get away with it because his uncle is the big boss of the mob.
Yeah, no, he's
Could you imagine if
giving.
we were all in the mob? Like if we had an uncle or
No.
something in the mob, like we would be menaces. It would be so fun.
I don't know if I have the constitution to be in the mob.
Mob Nepo babies.
No, you would be like a mob princess. It's different than doing all the
different
dirty work,
girls.
Monica.
I wouldn't. I would have to just like never know what goes down at all. 'Cause I would feel really bad about it. But yeah, I really think that he was a star. That Johnny is a star,
100%.
I
Mhm.
just loved watching these two beautiful women play these fucking mind games to get this money. Like it was such a mind. It was such a like good plan, but also a really dangerous plan because it is so contingent on them thinking they would know what Caesar would do once that situation went down. Like once he was put into a situation where he knew they were going to come after him. And it's really crazy that it still fucking worked out because he didn't do any of the fucking things that they thought he would do. When he fucking killed Gino, I was not expecting that either. I don't think he was expecting that he did that. I think he really went he full freaked it.
Yeah. They were really relying on his hatred for Johnny to sell his belief in the scenario they created, which was that Johnny screwed him over. And they didn't count on his hatred for Johnny also being so strong that he would refuse to be screwed over by Johnny.
Exactly, yeah. Because they didn't take into account the full level of his pride. And, like, also, I think he's been so committed to the mob and the mafia and all this shit. And so he's like, I'm not gonna fucking go down right now because of this little bitch. Like, I have been working for years for Gino, for Mickey, all these fucks. Capiche? I'm not gonna go down like this.
He came up from the bottom to the top, and he's not letting this Nepo mob baby come in and take his place and be the boss of him and demand respect that he's not earning because he's spraying blood all over the money and everything, not thinking it through that Caesar's gonna have to take the money home, give that money a bath, dry it individually, iron each bill. Like, that is crazy levels of work.
That would take
That's
like weeks. That's crazy.
And that's also like not what money laundering is. When I was little, I always thought that is what money laundering was just like actually washing
We laundered
money.
the money.
I thought that was really funny that they literally laundered the money in this money laundering movie. Like,
yes, it was so
really
funny.
hilarious.
I was like, this is actually so good.
Look,
It
I gotta
probably
wash the money
confused-
before I can run it through the club.
Probably confused a whole generation of kids who saw this and were like, "Oh, that's
I saw
what
that
means."
movie. I
Money-
watched him
money
They
launder that
watched
money.
it.
They
I love
called it
laundering
money
money.
laundering, and he did laundry with that money.
Mom, I'm not an idiot. I know that money laundering also includes ironing. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you gotta iron.
I'm not
it's
an idiot.
multi-level.
I watched Bound on Cable last night, and I know what that means now.
And I know about gay sex now, so
I wonder how they edited that for cable. Because I do feel like this movie was shown on TV at times. I mean, maybe they just cut a lot of it out. But it was interesting on IMDb trivia. Their like first big entry, the top one is like so long and about the sex scene. And it
Let me
was a
look.
lot about how first of all, Jennifer Tilly said like everything was so comfortable on set. It was so much better doing a sex scene with a woman than with a man because in many ways, in heteronormative dynamics, you know it's your scene partner and you're acting, but you're still trying to like be perceived by them as hot versus like with another woman, she A was just more comfortable and B would be like, okay, can you like hold my titty in this way so that my titty looks good for the camera as opposed to like I need this woman to think that my titty looks so good naturally on its own. But also there's stuff in there about how it was filmed in one long continuous shot because even though it's like pretty explicit and you do see boobs, there's a lot that you don't see just because of like very careful framing and body positioning. You see those abs work in crazy style, which thank you. Thanks, Gina Gershon. Thanks, Wachowski sisters. But there's a lot that you don't see, and they were worried that the studio was going to be like cutting things in to like have more traditional ass shots and titty shots and stuff like that. And so they filmed it in this long continuous scene so that it like couldn't be cut up in that way. Instead of like cutting around the scene. Yeah, they were like,
oh, that was so hot.
We're putting them in this position where they can't be like fucking with our big romantic moment. And I love that they're like coming in with these like tools to combat this. They're so smart.
They're so smart, and it's also just like so much more effective the way that it was shot because it's so one artistic and beautiful and interesting and like it's sort of like the monster in Cloverfield or whatever. The less you see of it, the scarier it gets. Here, the less you see of it, the sexier it gets. Like seeing that fitted sheet pop off the mattress because they, Corky is feeling it so much that she's like gripping onto the sheets and stuff. Like that is so hot. And that is for the female gaze. Thank you so much. That was exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. And I had a great time. And they did great with the continuity of the sheet later on, too. I really appreciated that.
Um, the woman in the bar at the watering hole, which again, love that name. But the woman in the bar at the watering hole who is wearing the leather that Corky approaches and hits on was their like real life queer sex consultant for the movie
Oh.
who like helped them with like the culture and the scenes and blah blah blah. And apparently there were a lot of those women in the background were just like, this is a real lesbian bar that they went to. I don't know if it was really called the watering hole, but they went to like a real lesbian bar and they just had like real people in the background be their extras. And that woman, Susie Bright, they had like her friends come in to just like really bring a more authentic vibe to the whole thing. And I love that they were just like working within the community. I think that's fun and great.
That's really cool. I'm also looking on here now that said they had a hard time casting Corky and Violet because chicks weren't down to be gay and do crime on screen. Weird.
Which is
Maybe people weren't
wild.
saying that yet. I don't. Maybe the saying wasn't
Well,
around.
This
It
started
was
that.
the 90s.
It was the
So
90s.
I did read somewhere that Jennifer Tilly was like, they got the funds because she was going to play Corky.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever played Violet dropped out and Gina Gershon was there. And even like Jennifer Tilly was like, no, like,
Yeah.
yeah. Because Jennifer Tilly wanted to play a character that was like very different from what she normally gets
Normally did, yeah.
like typecast as. But even
Mhm.
she was just like, no,
This is right. This is the right fit.
yeah,
With
this
the
is
two of us,
correct.
this is the right fit. Although I do think that Jennifer Tilly in cargo pants and a dirty tank top would slay. So
Agreed.
that was a missed opportunity for us, but I think everything worked out the way it was meant to for this movie.
I need to see. I need to see that for one. And I need to see Gina Gershon like be this character in her real life because you can't tell me that that's not who she is. Like
I know.
Right.
I'm
like she I
what do
believe
you
it
mean
so
you
hard and
played
I don't
straight in Thanksgiving? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
it's hard for me now. It's hard
You're gonna
to
be a dyke
go back.
forever.
Now that I know
Well,
these things, I'm like I get it. I get it all.
because the first time I ever saw a Gina Gershon movie was Showgirl.
Mm.
And even then, you know, she's playing like an older showgirl who gets hurt and stuff. Like, she's still, it's very sexually charged. So you know what I mean? Like, you're like, that's a lesbian. At least
Yeah.
a chaotic bisexual.
Allegedly, neither of them is publicly gay. At least publicly, as far as anyone knows, they're straight. But
They're so
that
good
doesn't feel
at
right to my
acting.
spirit. So,
They're so good at acting, really.
but if they're just
Dude,
if they're just really good at acting and have just electric chemistry for real, then I still thank them for making this film.
did you know that Jennifer Tilly is the voice of Celia in Monsters Inc? Imagine Monsters Inc. and think, is Jennifer Tilly in that? And immediately you're gonna know who Celia is.
Mm-hmm.
She's like
I love
the
that.
skinny one with the like
Mike's
long
girlfriend,
hair.
not
Mike's girlfriend.
yeah, Mike Wachowski's
Yeah,
girlfriend.
Um,
crazy work.
I
What
love
can't she do?
I love that apparently the Chucky franchises reference Bound numerous times.
As they should.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
was
bring this up
thinking
last
that.
episode, but Gina Gershon was maybe gonna be Tiffany. That was one of their
Oh.
other casting options.
Okay, I'm mad because I wish that we had done these in the opposite order, but this wouldn't have made sense to do it in the opposite order because of Halloween. But like I was like, okay, this one came out first, and I'm sure that they were referencing shit. I'm sure, but I didn't get it back then, and I don't have a photo or videographic memory, so I can't just like bring up all the jokes that they made in Bride of Chucky last week. Ah, whatever. Oh, I guess I'll have to watch Bride of Chucky again. Oh no. I love that movie. I gave it a 5. Oh my god. Okay, what else with this one? Oh my God, the cops scene. Sorry.
Oh,
What were you
yeah,
gonna say,
that was.
Sydney?
Oh, I was just gonna say my favorite scene is the blood scene. Which one? You say, Sydney. All of them.
Okay, but more specifically, which one?
But more specifically, which one?
I loved the blood in the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I
I
love that you could
lo-
hear
Her beating
shit
the
through the
shit out of
toilet.
Shelly.
yes,
I should not say
I
that like that.
loved the paint on the floor, and then he gets shot, and then it's like the paint and the blood mixing together, which
That
is
was
reminiscent of the toilet and the blood.
that is the best thing. That was like the most beautiful thing I had ever seen was the red blood in the white paint. Oh my God. That was stunning. Stunning work, gorgeous work. I loved this relates to the scene I just brought up, the cop scene. Um, that was so tense when the cops come. Jennifer Tilly, Violet is so good in that when she's like, "Oh, you just," when she's like, "I wasn't sure if you were actually cops. I've heard
Mm-hmm.
stories." They're like, "No, ma'am, you did the right thing."
Yeah.
Like she plays it so well. But when like there's literally the blood coming out from the bathtub in the bathroom, and the one cop is peeing in there, and then the other cop is like stepping,
Squelching on that rug.
squelching on the bloody rug. Oh, so anxiety producing. They just do such a good job of like maintaining tension throughout this entire thing. I need to be watching more thrillers. Ugh,
There are so many homoerotic thrillers out there. That really was the problem with
Yeah.
Pride this year is there's just so many. And if I could go back and change our lineup, I'm sure we would have notes
we just wouldn't do
because I
cat
think
people.
yeah, there's that for sure. I mean, I think it was interesting, but I don't think we were prepared to get into it at the time that we got into it for what it was, as it turns out.
I thought
Um,
it would be gayer.
and we did have, you know, a gay sex scene in The Hunger, which was so great. Um, but
I love The Hunger. Why don't bitches care about that movie? I thought they did. Go back and listen to our
tragic.
Hunger episode if you haven't.
If you haven't,
Watch
if
that
you love
movie.
gay sex, you should go back and listen to the Hunger episode. Because they
If
have
you
them in
love
there.
Bauhaus,
I do think those vibes of that movie and this movie, I think you're set up for success if you like one or the other. But there's so many coming up with like a list of potential movies to cover that month. Like that list is long.
long.
Especially if you're opening it up to like not you don't need actual queer activity necessarily, you just need the homoerotic vibes,
Uh-huh.
then that really the cat and mouse of it all in thriller movies is just like catnip for that. It's so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, it's so present so often, but to get an actual queer romance is so special about this movie. um
Totally.
but just the noir of it all, the heist of it all is so well done. Because yeah, I think you were saying with earlier with Caesar, it relied on them thinking that they know how he's going to respond, like he's a normal person. They're not taking into account Caesar himself. And also, like you said, I think Caesar himself seems surprised with his course of action. Like he shoots Johnny, and then he shoots the security guy, and then he shoots Gio, and then he just keeps
He
firing
literally
even
he
after all the
shoots
bullets are
Johnny
done.
last.
He keeps going, and he's like almost like shocked. It's like he can't stop himself from pulling. He's like having like this
No,
shock trauma response of being like
mm-mm.
like the panic of it all for him.
No, he totally just wigged the fuck out because he shot the fucking mob boss of all mob bosses.
Of course he's panicking.
How are you gonna come back from that? Like, even if there's no witnesses or whatever, people heard the gunshots. Like, come on. And he just like totally lost his mind. Like, he's not gonna be rash. People aren't gonna be rational when their lives are on the line. And I don't think that Corky and Violet considered that completely. Um, and, Violet did as much as she could to steer the ship to keep it from getting worse even quicker than it did. But, she's working with a crazed man who is absolutely desperate. I was so fucking stressed every time they called each other on the phone. Because I was thinking first,
Mhm.
like, cops. I was like, the phone records, but it's 96. I don't know when you could do
It's
that. I don't know.
96.
I don't
You
fucking
could
know
probably
about
see
that.
who's calling who, but like it's not. I don't think you're gonna get much more information than that.
Well, the Star 64 is diabolical in this film.
The fact
The
that the
fucking
redial
zoom in on
button.
the redial, that was hilarious. That was iconic, actually. Iconic.
They said we will be
Not
using the
the
most up to date technology of the
redial.
time.
Ah,
Hearing
the
it ring like
redial.
through the wall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
I love how that came back around. Her like little sexy thing, like, oh, you can hear me fucking through the wall. Well, you can hear a lot of things.
Through
Also,
that
the
wall.
removal of a man's fingers and his teeth
Mhm.
and whatever else. Oh my God. It's so stressful.
Yeah. And they really thought that they had planned for um other eventualities of being like, okay, they have the line of like, if he doesn't run, all you got to do is break down, like just play the hysterical woman and he'll be too busy thinking about himself to be thinking about you. But the thing about Caesar is I think he does really see Violet for who she is for the most part, at least. Um, and that's part of why he likes her is because she's so smart, because she's so on top of things and can like move on a dime and can pivot and improvise. And that's kind of why not just because she's so hot and sexy, although she certainly is so hot and sexy. Um, but he likes that she's smart, and unfortunately that is how he realizes like she has the potential to be in on this. She's not in on it in the way that he jumps to, which is also the jealous man thing of like some other man wants to be with you because you're a sex symbol and you're a status symbol, and that's part of why I have you in my life, and that's part of why these other men also want to have you. Johnny's flirting with my girl, and so now it's also just about my beef with Johnny again, but he sees that she has the capability to do something like this. And
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't have the full picture, which is one of those things that's like so funny in the beginning when he walks in on them after they have just started hooking up on the couch, and he gets mad at first thinking that Violet's there with a guy, and then he sees it's a girl, and even though she looks like the dykiest dyke ever, he's just like, oh, okay, two girls, never mind, I guess we're good.
Oh, it's dark in
Oh,
here.
sorry about that.
It's ridiculous. It's so funny. No, yeah, he when he immediately calls out their plan, and they do a good job of rolling with it even after that. But he's like, "Oh, did you really drop the Glenlivet like by accident? You could have done that on purpose."
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, it's like, "Fuck! Oh, fuck!" Yeah, you could have dropped it on purpose. It's a really good
Yeah, oops, I
plan.
actually did. Yeah, you Damn, he clocked
whoopsie.
Yeah,
me.
and yeah, to think like, oh, she's in on it. Like she could have let him in when she was leaving the apartment, which is exactly what she did. But again, twist, she's gay.
Yeah, I think
Twist,
part of the
they're
problem with their
lesbians.
plan um is that they really are relying on this hysterical woman archetype of being like, if you just freak out and leave, he won't think it's about anything other than you being a scared woman. And they're not, for whatever reason, they've got a little bit of a blind spot where it's like, even if he doesn't suspect her, he needs her there to be the eyewitness that saw Johnny. Like, she is the connector point, because
Mm-hmm.
if she runs away, even if he doesn't think that she has anything to do with anything, he's then thinking like, she's leaving me here to die, and actually I'm the boss in this relationship and I'm the one that's in charge and has the power, so I need her to stay if I want to live, and I want to live. um and she's not realizing that she doesn't have choices here, actually.
Yeah.
Tough.
Oof.
Messy.
Well, it's a widow wuff, I gotta say. Okay, what else do we want to talk about with this one?
I just think Caesar is so smart. He's such a little bitch. I hate when he gets homophobic at the end. Obviously tracks. But he's so smart
Yeah.
and so he's like so good at pivoting. He's like pulling off all of these crazy situations. The way he gets
Yeah,
away with
he's
the
thinking
cop
on his
stuff,
feet.
he is fast moving. The way that he like spins it for Mickey when Mickey comes over afterwards, because Mickey's smart too. Mickey's like, how come all the furniture is moved around? Why are things different in here? What's going on? You know, I don't need a key to get into this suitcase, but I'm making you unlock it for me. Um, like the way everybody is maneuvering things and Caesar is still like managing to stay on his feet for so much of it is very impressive. Until the end when he's stupid, dumb. Literally at some point, value your own life and get the fuck out of Dodge. But it really is an ego problem. He can't handle being bested by somebody else.
No. And he
Mm-mm.
really thought that he could like manipulate her. Like he really thought that he had the upper hand and that like she didn't have the capacity to end him. And it's like, yeah, girl, she does. Like she will and she needs to protect herself. Just how you'll do anything to protect yourself. She's a real person with free will and autonomy. So she can also protect herself at all costs. Fucking
Yeah.
dumbass.
It's very easy. He goes like, I don't think you want to shoot me. It's very easy to imagine that she could say something like, I don't want to, but I will. But the way that she's just like, you don't know me, like that's crazy. That's stone cold. And I love that for her.
Yeah. She's just been playing a role this whole time. Means to an end.
But I love his freak
And
out with Johnny also. That whole I had to write down the whole thing because I love it so much. The way he's just like, I'm a dead man, Johnny. I'm a fucking dead man. Guess again, Johnny. Who's the dead man? Who? Who's dead, fuckface? Who? I can't hear you, Johnny. Guess again. Take another guess, Johnny. Take another fucking guess. Like that whole freak out is so
fucking
delicious to me.
so
like
funny.
shaking his dead body around. Oh my god. Yeah, he's lost it. He's lost the plot. He really fucking hated that guy. Sometimes you just hate someone that much. And he was a little bit of a bitch boy, so
Their
there you
tension
go.
was delicious. Not to get into segments too soon, but they should have kissed.
I feel like we're like about ready for segments, so
Segmentos?
Well, I have a couple more things to say first, if that's
okay,
cool.
bring them up. That's what this was for.
That's what you're calling out.
Yeah.
Oh, was that what that was? Oh, okay, now I'm
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
locked
yeah,
in
yeah.
now. Yeah.
The part earlier when I was like, what else should we talk about? That was also
That was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
cue. I missed it. I think it's so interesting the way that they set up in the beginning. You hear like a couple of lines from different parts of the film that like are like the introductory dialogue in the movie, and also one of the first things you see is someone's tied up. They've got the what is it called? A labret axe. No, a
Oh,
labret is like an
this.
ear piercing. Dykes. I'm googling labris. Labris maybe, however it's pronounced. But it's like the battle axe tattoo. It is like a lesbian symbol. It's like that kind of tattoo is kind of if you're in the know, you're in the know. That was like a queer signaling thing.
Wow.
But you see it on her arm, and even if you don't know what it means yet, because we haven't gotten to the part of the movie later where they kind of discuss it, and Violet is like, "I bet you're surprised that I know what that is." Um, Being like, "I'm gay," by the way, just in case you were wondering, I am gay.
Mhm.
But you open the film knowing that she's gonna get tied up at some point. And then you're moving through the plan, and everything is going through so well. Everything is kind of going according to their plan even if you've sort of forgotten it, there's still that like thing in the back of your mind. Like I just love the way that it's set up where it's like shit is gonna hit the fan at some point. Like we
Mhm.
haven't gotten to that point yet. What's gonna happen when we do? How do we
How
pivot
do we
from
get
there?
there? Yeah.
And the way that they set it up with the clippers is so good because we've had that torture scene with Shelly of like, I'm going to ask you 10 questions. You see the finger fall to the floor. It's like disgusting, delicious. For that to circle back, first of all, absolute hate crime, especially to be chopping fingers for lesbians when we've seen
I was
the way they're
thinking,
using those fingers in those sex scenes.
I was like, which finger is it? Which finger is it?
They're all important. They're all needed, but
I
like
know.
to go
Well,
for
you
the
could
fingers specifically, bitch
lose the
move.
pinky first.
Yeah. Well, least essential
But that's
first.
still an important one.
And the fingers in the mouth during the sex scene also fantastic. But to set that up as like the torture with Shelley, and then we see it circle back around with them, and so like we know that nobody's fucking around and how awful this is, and then it gets like pushed to the side, but then she's able to like use it to rescue herself once she's worked her way out of the closet that he tried to trap her in. Metaphor.
Metaphor.
It's just
she's already out. She's got the tattoo.
She's out. She's got the battle axe. It's very like masterful the way that they've crafted this heist thriller noir. They do such a good job. They do such a good job with all of this setup. The way that she's able to pivot at the end to Mickey being like, you could be my girl. I could still protect you. Like, offer still stands. And she's just like, I just gotta go, Mickey. Like, but she gives him that kiss to be like, to make him think like, I want it. I do want it. I just can't. Like, they're doing an incredible job.
That kiss like shook him to his fucking core. That was crazy work. It was so good. Oh my god. Yeah, I thought it was such a brilliant ending. And I was sad at the end that she got rid of her Bella truck. But I'm glad that she got her sexy
beep, beep.
new truck. Thought we'd need a getaway car.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And they drive away into the distance and make out for the rest of time.
And I don't know. I love that their conflict is like resolved also in that moment, because they had that whole fight earlier of being like, we're not the same, we're different. And then at the end, they're like, we're the same.
They're the same.
We're the same. I know. They have that whole I know moment, the like Star Wars-esque, like, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love it.
Beautiful
I love it.
love story. Okay, well, that segues beautifully into how could this movie be gayer? It's incredibly gay. It's beautiful, but all the mob boys could be kissing as well. Nobody's letting the mob boys kiss. Why do Johnny and Caesar hate each other so much?
And you'd think that they could pull off a kiss in this movie too and be like, it's Italian mafia stuff, but they don't even try.
You'd think there could be ring.
It would be so easy for Johnny to be like, mwah, in like a tense, like, I'm establishing dominance, I love you, we're family together kind of moment, but they don't go there, and they could have. It was right there.
It was right there. Caesar would have spit on the ground, but he would have liked it.
He couldn't have done it in front of Gio. Gio just made him promise to give Johnny the respect that Johnny deserves.
Ridiculous.
That whole scene, him getting dumped by Gio, I loved.
I just want to say that it was beautiful to see a lesbian bar depicted in this film, and I wish that we could have them in real life.
I wish that was a real thing.
I wish that was a real thing. That'd be so cool if it was real.
We just got to go back to the Lipstick Lounge in Nashville.
Why do we have to go to one bar in one city? They should be abundant.
There's like 40 gay bars in fucking WeHo.
And there's like 21
town?
lesbian bars nationwide.
Beach. Yeah.
Let's go peruse Long Beach. Do they have one? There's a lot of lesbians.
They have at least one. Yeah. Gossip Alley or something like that.
Let's go.
Gossip Grill.
Gossip Girl.
No, that's San Diego. I don't know. Oh, well.
There's got to be one in Long Beach. We'll find it. We'll track it down. Okay. Any other gay thoughts we'd like to share?
So many more gay thoughts.
For some reason, I thought I had read somewhere that there was a trans woman in the bar scene. But then when I went to check if any of those actresses were trans, I could not find any evidence of that. And so I think that would have been a fun thing to have. And I don't know why I thought that they had that. But I think that that could have been making that a more diverse, inclusive space is something that I think the Wachowski sisters would do a little differently if they were doing it again.
Totally. I agree. Bound 2025. Imagine it.
And I would watch these same two actresses do another lesbian heist. Bring back Corky and Violet, and we'll do more heists. They're clearly good partners, and they've got good brain for heist.
They've got great brain for heist. They want to let them ride off into the sunset, I guess, but also like I want to watch whatever they do next. I want to know everything. Okay.
And I think that they could just like find themselves getting like drawn into capers. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're off living on beach in Bermuda or whatever. But trouble comes along. Trouble's always got a way of that. So I just think it would be fun.
I would love that so much. I want to live in this world a little bit longer. It's so good. Okay. We already did the bits. We're just going straight to Matthew Lillard. Where would we put him in this movie? This is the year Scream came out, so I feel like he would be a really good Johnny, actually. I don't want to get rid of Law and Order Man. But he would be so good at being a little fucking shit, Nepo mob baby.
Yeah.
Like he would kill. He would kill.
He would do great as Shelly though, also. And
Yeah.
I think the Wump girlies would love to see him getting a little tortured, and being a little pathetic. And also maybe then we could see more of the love scene with Shelly and Jennifer Tilly's character Violet, instead of just hearing it through the wall. I think the girlies would like that as well.
Give the girls what they want. We must.
Give the girls what they want. What if they just turned on the TV and they were watching Scream? Obviously, that wouldn't really work because, again, came out same year. But that'd be fun, too. Because the cops come over, the TV's on in that moment. There's always a horror movie playing whenever they need to be hiding sounds of violence in apartment and movie or whatever. And the way he played that with being like, oh, my hearing aid went out. That was smart.
That was really smart.
But it'd be fun if Scream was the movie. There's gunshots in that movie.
There is.
I know. Could be the end. The exciting conclusion. That'd be a great way to get it in. That's a great cop out. Like, oh, they should just have Scream on the TV. Everyone should. So that's great advice. Okay, dumb bitch. It can't be Caesar because he does such a good job.
Smarty work hardy in many ways.
I feel like Johnny doesn't like try to not die in the moment of his death. Like, does he not have a gun on him? He's just like, oh.
He almost just got his dick shot off. He's very scared.
I don't know. I feel like he could have pulled the gun while his uncle or whatever the fuck or dad was being held at gunpoint.
Yeah, that slow-mo moment. That fall, I loved that fall. And that fall kind of made me think of The Omen with the slow-mo fall from the banister. And there were lots of things in this movie that made me think of American Psycho also. The blood in the toilet
staircase.
at first, but the staircase chase especially too. I love that she made him run all the way down, and then also he had to run all the way back up.
And he was like puffing and puffing.
He was dying.
What if he just died of a heart attack at the top? That would have been great.
I thought that he was gonna get to the top and like open the door, and she was gonna be right there and shoot him, like right as he opened the door. But
with the beautiful mother of pearl handle gun,
better.
The girl gun, gun for girls. That's beautiful.
That's gorgeous. If I'm getting a gun, it looks like that. But I'm not getting a gun.
I guess the security guy is a good nom for dumb bitch. Gino's security guy, because it's like,
he does
how are you the security guy and everybody getting killed on your watch?
Yeah,
true.
It's a good one. I would like to nominate Gina Gershon / Corky's partner in the past, who was untrustworthy and got our girl put in the slammer.
And the clink.
In the clink. Not good.
Where she was fucking, but only presumably with girls who are gay for this day. Not real dykes in their heart lesbians. Sad. That's why she has baggage.
I'd like to give a rare smart bitch nomination for Violet, because she had like a beautiful lesbian mastermind situation where she saw what she wanted and she made it happen in the most beautifully sexy way, and it's very impressive. And sometimes you just gotta throw your earring down the fucking drain to get what you
Yeah.
want. You gotta make sacrifices to get what you want. And that is some genius level shit. So, smart bitch nomination for her.
She's
there.
absolutely slaying it at every move. And she picked the perfect partner because she was like hot ass dyke who also has done heists before. She's an experienced criminal. And the reason that she went to jail is because she was redistributing the wealth. Slay.
Amazing.
Smart bitch, and I'm for quirky for that as well. She had some dumb bitch moments, but she had some very smart bitch moments as well. My queen.
Total queen. Absolute queen. Okay. Well, that brings us to our knives out of fives. What do the people think?
People like this movie. It's a like cult classic. People love. On IMDb, it has a 7.3 out of 10, which could be higher, but that's good.
It should be 100.
It should be 100. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has 87% fresh from critics and 83% fresh from audiences. And then it did get some award recognition in its day. At the MTV Movie and TV Awards, it was in fact nominated for Best Kiss, obviously.
Good.
But then it also
Why did it not win?
Yeah, I was like, what did win? I have to look that up. It did some of the queer circuit as well. So it also won Outstanding Film at the GLAAD Media Awards in 1996. And it won the Outstanding American Narrative Feature at LA's Outfest. And it also got an honorable mention for the Grand Jury Award. I think these are two separate things, but it was a little hard to tell on IMDb's awards section. And it got some other awards as well at the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films and other film festivals, the Film Independent Spirit Awards, stuff like that. But the Best Kiss nomination, I think, is one of the most important, obviously. And just like the recognition of it as like an incredible piece of queer art, I that's important to me. But now I am gonna look up who else was nominated for the Kiss that year.
Who won Best Kiss?
Yeah. Oh my God, Twister came out that year.
Oh my God. 96 was a crazy year.
Vivica A. Fox and Will Smith in Independence Day. And I can't summon that kiss off the top of my head, but I was in love with Vivica A. Fox for a time, so I can understand how that could be a choice.
I fucking love Independence Day, like, so much. Historically, I don't know if it would hold up now, but it was like my favorite movie when I was younger. So, could be compelling, but I mostly liked the alienness of it all.
One of the other noms for Best Kiss that year was Leo DiCaprio and Claire Danes in Romeo and Juliet. So it was a tough year.
What the fuck was going on? What was in the water in 1996?
We're going to have to rewatch Independence Day and review that kiss maybe.
I was 3 years old. I was 3 years old and all of this incredible media was coming out. And what was I doing? Sleeping, napping, going to preschool, nothing of consequence.
Barely speaking sentences.
Barely, just words, phrases at most.
Scream won Best Movie that year. Aw, glad.
Good. Okay, who wants to go?
Fear.
What?
Fear
also
won
came out?
Best Movie Song. They got that award that year. So, oh my God. It wasn't, I don't think it was that song
drag
even, which
me
is crazy.
Away. Well, I don't know if that was an original song for that.
Yeah, it was the song Machine Head by Bush. Can't summon it either, but Space Jam. Oh my God, this was a crazy year for cinema.
I have shaken Gavin Rossdale's hand, and it was surprisingly soft.
The Birdcage also. Oh my God. Okay, wow.
What a year.
What a year. Jesus Christ. Okay.
The 1997 MTV Movie and TV Awards to be in that audience.
Unbelievable. Well, I know what I'm going to give, so I'm going to go first. And it's going to be an all-star Jennifer Tilly TwosWeeks for me because this is also a Five Knives movie. What could I possibly want to change? Maybe a second, third, fourth, and fifth sex scene. Probably that would be my one note. But I understand that this isn't a porn. And that's too bad. Gonna be adding that to my search terms later, though. Anyway, I love this movie. It was an art piece of art. It was amazing. It was tantalizing. You're at the edge of your seat the whole time. Just so good. I love like this type of movie, and then you made it gay.
Yeah.
So it's way better. What? Okay, I can't believe I went my whole life until now. This is gonna be. It's gonna be like. It's gonna be like BCAD. This is gonna be that moment for me. Before Bound, after Bound. I'm different now. The mullet's gonna happen, Chris. Maybe I'm gonna get the mullet now. It's just everything has to be gayer from this point forward. Because I feel gayer after today. So thank you. Who else wants to go?
Yeah, this movie fucks. I love it. Jennifer Tilly, 5 stars always.
Yeah, I didn't want to put any words in your mouth before you had a chance to speak for yourself, Sydney. But when Monica said she was going to do a 5, I was like, should I just go ahead and put 5s for everybody right now?
Right? Like,
should I just go down the
just
board?
like jump
5, 5,
in
5?
and just do 555? Yeah, I think it feels so good for us all to be aligned like this. Just feels spiritual. Jennifer Tilly brings us together.
Yeah. Jennifer Tilly TwosWeeks, just a perfect run.
And we're going to turn it into Jennifer Tilly 3Weeks by doing Monsters Inc. next week. No. That would be a little out of our wheelhouse. So I'm not going to go quite that far. But anyway, okay. But we're pivoting. We're not doing Monsters Inc. We wish we could. Bummer. I know you all thought that was real and true. But we're actually doing something that's brand spanking new from a brand spanking new director. It is hopefully we haven't seen it yet. Really, really good. And we know some people who've worked on it, so we're excited about it. But we are gonna be tackling 2025's Shelby Oaks next week. So I'm excited.
English
New
class.
director Chris Stuckman. He is a YouTube film critic who's been on the horror beat for fucking years. He's has a huge following there, and he from his work like spoke about some of Mike Flanagan's films on there, and Mike Flanagan actually like reached out to him and they started chatting, and they started to have this relationship where Chris would send him some ideas he had about short films that he wanted to make, and then he sent him Shelby Oaks, and Mike was like, this actually rocks, and what can I do to like help you? And then they started like a business relationship after that. So Mike Flanagan is a producer on this movie, which always is a good thing, I would say. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. And it's always fun to do a movie that we did a trailer reaction for and actually do it on the pod. So this feels like
fun. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. It just feels like this is the most anticipated release of October. So it's going to be interesting to see if it sticks to landing.
Oh, and I was just going to say, and it's fun because we'll be able to watch it together in pajamas.
Yeah, we're going to watch it together.
Yeah, it won't be an in-person episode, but we are going to watch it together and cuddle up, and it's going to be very cute. And I am going to probably break both of your hands. If I get to sit in the middle, probably won't be able to get to sit in the middle, but whatever. Sydney will get to sit in the middle, and I'll break Sydney's hand.
That's fine, too.
Well, she's the one who's out of town, scissors. Bitch. she's never here, so she gets precedence, I guess. But anyway, I'm really excited for us to do this one. I mean, we'll have a little new movie TwosWeeks. What? Who said that?
Whoa, just a little hint for later.
Just a little hint. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you're doing okay now that Halloween is over, but don't forget, spooky is a year-round thing. It's not even just on Tuesdays, okay? It's a thing that exists in your heart. And so you can say that to us in a 5-star review, like, wow, thanks for keeping it spooky all year round. We really appreciate the work that you're doing for Spooky Kind. And you're welcome. And thank you for thanking us. That's really sweet of you. Anyway, you can also follow us on social media. We're at spooky_Tuesday on pretty much everything except for Facebook and Tumblr, where we are at Spooky Tuesday Pod. And you can check out our website, www.spookytuesdaypod.com. If you're ever wondering, wow, did they cover that movie? The website will tell you. We got an A to Z movie list, and you can see every single movie that we've ever covered, which is literally 259 of them. This is the 260, actually. Actually, it's more than that because we've done double features a couple of times too. So we've covered a lot of them. Check it out. And also, we are on YouTube, and today you get to have not just one, but two Corkies.
Wow.
And it's whoa. There's some big dyke energy on the pod today. It's crazy. And Sydney is bringing chaos bisexual as she always does.
As
so
I
it's
always
really
do.
beautiful. So please subscribe to us on YouTube so you can see it all happen. And did I say all the things? I did. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being gay with us. I feel so gay today, and it's because of you, Spooky Tuesday listeners.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! We will see you next Tuesday.
Bye, Spookies.
Spooky Tuesday was created by Monica Height, Sydney Thompson, and Chelsea Duff, and edited by Sydney Thompson. Our gorgeously spooky tunes are all thanks to Tamara Simons, who you can follow on Instagram at Great18. That's GR818_. And our podcast art is by Ryan Brom, who you can follow on Instagram at Ryan Brom Art. That's RyanBrommArt. Learn more about Spooky Tuesday at spookytuesdaypod.com and subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/spooky_Tuesday.